Yes, our next speaker, she's the Enterprise Account Executive at PayPal. Her name is Tanya Pineault. Tanya, join me on stage, and well, actually, the floor is yours. Take it away. I'm gonna make some room for you.
Thank you. Wow, thank you. Thanks for having me. Can I just say what an honor it is to be standing in front of you, in your presence, a room full of ambitious and brave women. Women who've probably either had full careers, started their own businesses, but are just going out there to try and make it for themselves. So today on International Women's Day 2022, it's just an honor to be in your presence. Maybe I'll start by telling you a little bit about myself, my story. My name is Tanya. I'm originally from Canada, the very north. And when I say the very north, actually my mum had to drive 7 hours to the south when she went into labor with me. I'm from a very remote place. And what this meant is that where I am from, there's not much in terms of exposure to anything when it comes to the life that I have actually led. I studied philosophy and feminism in university, and I started my own business in my 20s. I started a fine art consultancy. I tried to take it global. I went to Hong Kong, I went to London, and eventually, I just found that I wasn't actually having the kind of economic independence that I wanted for my future. So I decided to pivot into banking and tech, which is how I join you today as an account executive for PayPal. My role is to work with the largest merchants like Foot Locker and Tommy Hilfiger and help them to optimize their payment stack. So that they can increase their revenues, mitigate their online risks, and also get access to more customers globally. So what I'm here today to talk to you about, and I hope that you'll take away from this, is to consider how the impact that payments has on your business, and to give you some tips and some action items so that you can walk away and apply them after today. So I'll start by telling you how you can leverage PayPal to grow your business. And then we'll move into how you can evaluate a payment service provider as a partner and how that will impact your business as well. So first, we're 2 years into COVID, and we've been in lockdown. And what we know is that the way that consumers buy, sell, and pay for things has changed dramatically over these past 2 years. Consumers, they're not willing to settle for a subpar experience today. They're conscious about their spending. They are postponing non-essential purchases. I mean, inflation is going up. We hear this every day. And they only trust a handful of brands. We also hear about security breaches all the time. So you have developed a great product or service. You've put a lot of energy into building your website. You've got a marketing plan, and you've hit the ground running. And you see that these people are arriving to your website, but they're not actually turning into buyers. So we see that 80% of shoppers actually leave without placing a single item into a shopping cart. That's a problem. Bigger problem, 70% of online shoppers leave their carts without actually completing the purchase. And 35% of mobile consumers actually they abandon the checkout because their preferred method of payment is not available. It's frustrating as a business owner, and it has an impact. So where does PayPal fit in, and what is it? Well, it's more than just the yellow button that made Elon Musk really rich 20 years ago. Today, it is the most advanced dual-sided network in the world. But what does that mean? Well, it means reach and scale. We have two sides of our platform. We have the consumer side with our 420 million wallet holders globally. These are people that transact every month with PayPal and pay for their products and services. And we have over 31 million merchants globally that have PayPal in their checkout, and that's the other side of the platform. In 2020, we processed up to 936 billion in total payments volume globally. So with PayPal as a partner, you have scale. When it comes to our consumers as well, at the beginning of last year, in a global survey, we were rated the world's second most trusted brand. So consumers know that when they're checking out with PayPal, they can trust the web shop that is there. We're active in over 200 markets and in 130 plus currencies. I'll tell you why that's more important later. But what's in it for you? Well, what we hear from our merchants is that they want to reach more customers globally. But some of the common challenges are actually securing and converting those new customers. There's a lack of brand awareness and trust when you're a merchant entering a new market. And there are inconsistent buying experiences when you're actually moving across devices and channels, like your web shop and then your mobile device. Where PayPal comes in and helps you to acquire more customers on the global scale is to reduce friction and drive more conversion. So that button, that one click, it allows you to actually reduce the amount of time that it takes for somebody to check out. They can check out in a single click without having to enter all of that data. All of the shipping and billing information is just transferred directly to you to complete the transaction. Our customers are provided with buyer protection. So if they're not familiar with their brand and they don't trust you yet, they know if those goods or services don't actually arrive, that they can open a case and get their money back. That equals trust. What we also hear from merchants today is that they want to increase the conversion and also the lifetime value of their customers. But some of the common challenges that they face are a cart abandonment due to poor user experience, slow load times. The customers can't pay the way that they want to. Like we said, 35% of mobile consumers actually leave the checkout because their preferred payment method is not available. And high decline rates at the checkout. It's so frustrating. This is business that is literally walking away from you. And another way that PayPal is trying to assist and add value to both consumers and to our merchants is with one of our latest propositions, and that's our Buy Now, Pay Later, which has been launched in our core markets in Europe this year, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, as well as the UK. And already it's been shown globally to boost the average order value by 56% for online merchants. It's attracting new customers. 85% of PayPal credit users say that they are more likely to shop at a retailer if there's an interest-free credit solution available. And growing loyalty. Consumers are 28% more likely to continue to shop with a retailer again if credit options are available. PayPal offers it interest-free to the consumers, and it's included with the transaction fees that you already pay for your processing. And how to get started, also simple. Just log on to the PayPal website, follow the steps to open a business account. We have over 200 partners globally, so if you're already accepting payments on your website, it's very likely that you're accepting it through one of our partners, like WooCommerce, like Shopify, Adyen, Molly, Buckaroo. They all have a link to PayPal, and you can just add PayPal to your checkout using your existing integration. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Any questions on PayPal already? Maybe I'll just pause. Great. You can always come back up to me at the end if you have any questions on how to get started. Part 2 is why we're here today, expanding your business outside of the Netherlands. So by show of hands, who already has a web shop here? Many, okay. And do you already sell outside of the Netherlands? A few, great. For those who don't, do you intend to in the future? Yeah, okay, good. Well, hopefully we can give you something to take away from today. I know that payments is not necessarily the first thing that you think about when you're setting up your business, but I hope to at least plant a seed to make you consider it in the future, because as Joachim said earlier, it's a pivotal part of actually scaling your business. And setting the right foundation to begin with is going to be crucial when you want to grow. I've seen too many people make the mistake not to find the right partner. So, selling externally, selling outside of this country might seem a little bit daunting at first. You have to get to know your target market. They might be different culturally. Figure out your point of entry and how you're going to do that. There's a lot that goes into it. That, and when you expand with your brand and people are not aware of it, the trust might not just be there. You kind of have to work for it. So gaining the trust of an international buyer can be a challenge. 44% of cross-border shoppers say they actually prefer a payment method that is secure. And 26% of respondents are more likely to make a cross-border transaction if some sort of insurance or buyer protection is available, so that they know they have some recourse of action if the item does not arrive. But where do you start? So whether you're launching in Germany or France, you start by creating a local experience. Offer it to them in their local language, in their local currency. This makes them feel at home. Do a bit of research into what payment methods are their preferred ones and add those to your checkout. And also ensure that as you're entering a new market that you have transparent shipping and delivery policies. There's just nothing more frustrating than not being able to find that. You really love this new top that you saw on Instagram and you go to check it out, but you're not sure if it's going to fit, only to see that I can't find anywhere on this website how I can return this or if there's going to be duties involved until at the end of a heavily data entry checkout, do they actually display it? So having that front and center and accessible is really important. Next, I've put together a checklist. I think this is the most important takeaway from today for anybody wanting to really lay a good foundation. I've just put together some checks here, and there's a lot on this slide because I really want you to take away this part. It's not a one-size-fits-all. Your business is unique, but this is the conversation to start having with yourself to figure out what you need. So we're talking about payment service providers, people like Adyen, Molly, PayPal, Shopify, Buckaroo, all these companies, and how do you choose which one is right for you? Well, you start by asking if they support my business model. All of your business models are different. They rely on subscriptions, they're marketplaces, they're omni-channel. You want to expand globally. These are things that you need to take into account. Do they support it? Will they provide me with the compliance support that I need in these markets? In Europe, you need to be, well, globally, you need to be PCI compliant, which is payment card industry, PSD2, 3DS, AML, all these acronyms. They're relevant to you. A lot of these businesses can take care of these things for you. Are they present in the markets that I want to target? That's another really big one. Don't just think right now, think in the future as well and where you want to scale, where you want to take your business. They should already be there. Do they offer the local payment methods for those markets? A lot of these PSPs actually have information on each of the markets on their website, so you can even do your research there. It's also just not that hard to research top payment methods in France, for example, to get to know how people want to pay there. I mean, imagine trying to sell things in the Netherlands without having an idea at your checkout. It's the same thing in other markets. Do they offer fraud protection? Do they offer risk and chargeback services? These are things that are going to be relevant to you. You don't necessarily have to go to 10 different providers if everybody has it under the same roof. Do they have the currencies that I need? So we're so lucky here in Europe. There's so many countries that are actually on the euro. It gives you access to a really diverse set of people. In that way, it's great, but you might want to move to the US, to New Zealand, to different places with your products. Do they offer multiple currencies? Is their pricing transparent? There's more than just standard processing fees. Every payment method has its own pricing, and there are also additional fees for foreign exchange, for processing cross-border, for refunds, for chargebacks. Do they post this on their website, or can you get a copy of it? And is this all available in one simple integration? As a small business, the answer to this question should be yes. You don't want to have to build a custom integration to get access to all of this. There are so many great partners on the market that actually have one connection and will launch all of the things above. And do they have a good reputation? So talk to the women in this room, talk to me and Joachim, talk to the people that you know, and ask around, who are they using? And then if it fits with your business and all of these things, then this is a great foundation, a great place to start. But don't disregard the payment stack, because this one is going to really help you scale your business as you move forward. And it sounds very complex, but is it all worth it? Definitely, absolutely yes. Scaling your business is the most important thing, and being able to access all of the different types of buyers and their diverse needs is a great asset to use. So selling internationally definitely is the way to go if you want to grow your business. And just in summary, go local with the currency, the payment method, and the language. Choosing the partner is not a one-size-fits-all. Do your research, assess your business, and go after what you need. Is it simple? If the answer is yes, then start selling. And that's everything for today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tanya.